Rajiv Gandhi College of Management Studies, Ghansoli, Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra is established under Jawaharlal Nehru Institute of Education, Science and Technological Research, Janister Trust. Janister Trust was established in the year 1985 under the dynamic leadership of our chairman Shri Vittal Rao Jadhav Sir to meet the increasing needs of the students for quality education. Janister Trust is managing over 30 institutions which include schools, degree colleges, engineering college, agricultural colleges and hostels in Nanded, Aurangabad and Navi Mumbai. Today, Janister's schools and colleges are well known for its teaching and pedagogy. Honorable Shri Vittal Rao Jadhav Sir has played a pivotal role in establishment of various educational trusts across Maharashtra, namely MIT Pune and Marathwada Mitra Mandal Pune. He has established about 30 educational institutes all over Maharashtra under the banner name of Janister Trust in various fields like management, engineering, agriculture, biotechnology, research and many more. His ideology reflects in the vision and mission of RGCMS. He believed that education is necessary to deliver a social and economic impact in the society. He promotes industry-academia interaction to provide better exposure to the youth of our nation. Our promoter, Honorable Sunil Jadhav Sir, is an eminent enterprising educationalist and social entrepreneur. He has gained a prominent position in the society due to the exemplary work he has done in his career. His rise to prominence can be attributed to his strong willpower, caliber, conviction, dedication, and leadership quality. He did his BE in Electrical and Electronics Engineering from BITS Pilani, MS in Computer and Information Science from NJIT, New Jersey, USA, and is a Level 3 candidate for Chartered Financial Analyst, USA. To achieve this vision, he believes in leveraging the intellectual and emotional capital here in the faculty and student community to create tomorrow's global leaders today. He believes in promoting and sustaining culture of integrity, openness and transparency that stokes curiosity at every turn, encourages collaboration and gets the best out of every student. Our promoter, Honorable Ashwini Jadhav Ma'am, has played a pivotal role in establishment of institutes in Navi Mumbai. She has established herself in the entertainment industry by acting in Hindi theatre, Gujarati films and Hindi serials. She has produced English play, exhibited in Tata NCPA, was member of Censor Board for Film Certification CBFC for 2 years, winner of WOW Awards as an independent entrepreneur and socialite, a philanthropist at heart who believes in giving back to the society with her never-ending quench for learning has motivated her to uplift and benefit the society by becoming a counselor, mental health practitioner and certified Access Bars facilitator. She has also attended Landmark Forum and Rebirthing Breathwork, participated in Times Women's Drive for Awareness on Breast Cancer in 2018, believes in educating the youth of the nation to rebuild a better tomorrow. Working as a trustee member of Janister Trust, which comprises of 23 educational institutes for over 2 decades, has helped her evolve as an entrepreneur and socialite. Our promoter, Ms. Sharmisha Jadhav Ma'am, is the first women commercial pilot from Marathwada region. She has studied education, innovation and social entrepreneurship in comparative perspective at Harvard University, Boston, USA. She is a pioneer in development of women in Indian aviation sector. Our campus is located in the heart of Navi Mumbai, Ghansoli, which is very near to Thane Belapur Industrial Belt. This city's businesses is growing at a rapid pace with proposed international airport in Navi Mumbai. The Raigad district, which is in the neighborhood of Navi Mumbai, is also experiencing a huge growth by increasing the opportunities for everyone. RGCMS is spread across 3.5 acres land, including built-up area of 1986 square meter to provide state-of-art infrastructure and learning resources. It is designed to provide an excellent ambience for academic activities. It has sports ground with well-maintained garden area and sports facilities for the students. The vision of RGCMS is to be an institute that nurtures business professionals to deliver social and economic impact. The mission of RGCMS is to provide a platform for academic delivery in coherence with defined teaching process, to encourage our faculty and students for industry-academia interaction, to expose and inculcate social ethical values in students. Our core values are ethical behavior, socially responsible, integrity, transparency and fairness, and collaboration and teamwork. The director of our institute, Professor Dr. Dinesh Gabne, is a seasoned professional with total experience of over 20 years. He holds a PhD in business management and has published as well as presented numerous research papers in globally indexed national and international journals. Apart from this, he is editorial board member, reviewer of many management journals. He is a PhD supervisor of JJT University, Rajasthan for management subject. His academic achievements include Outstanding Teacher Award by IGCCI, Best Researcher Award by DK International Research Foundation, and Innovator Educator Award by Global Trump Foundation. His area of interest includes strategic management and quantitative techniques. He is an author of several internationally published reference books and textbooks. He has patents too in his credit so far. As an expert in SPSS, social sciences, he is a resource person in various reputed institutes for their RUSA MHRD sponsored programs. He is a member of the Board of Studies and lifetime member of Center for Education Growth and Research and Star International Foundation for Research and Education. We at RGCMS undertake numerous ISR Institute social responsibility activities like cleanliness drive, tree plantation activity, blood donation camp, Safe Soil Campaign, Thalassemia Awareness, Road Safety Awareness, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, CPR training, amongst others. RGCMS takes initiatives to conduct seminars and workshops to bring together subject matter experts and industry leaders to share their knowledge and thoughts. Students are able to learn new things, develop their analytical thinking, interpersonal skills, raise their talent and capacities by attending these workshops and hands-on experiences. We conduct various seminars and drives such as seminar on bamboo products by the founder and CEO of Bamboo India, Mr. Yogesh Shinde. Seminar on supply chain management by the founder of Mumbai Ka Dabbawala, Mr. Raghunath Medge. Seminar on eye donation and conduction of organ donation drive at various malls and public places. Industrial visits are also organized for students to get practical exposure of the management theories and concepts. National industrial visits were organized in Vardhaman Textiles situated in Himachal Pradesh, Gate and Movement Analysis Lab System situated in Rajasthan, Group SEB situated in Chandigarh, and many more. International industrial visits were also organized for the students to gain international exposure in Tiger Breweries and Ney Water Plant situated in Singapore, Middlesex University and Utmost Manufacturing situated in Dubai. Along with national and international industrial visits, one-day local industrial visits are also conducted for the students to make the most of the industries located locally. One-day local industrial visits were organized at Sahyadri Farms, Masgaon Dock Limited, Common Effluent Treatment Plant CETP, and Rashmi Chemicals of others. Student body is the voice of students. It facilitates participative decision-making by their representation in various committees. We at RGCMS give students a platform for taking part in students for organizers as well as the speakers. SDPs on designing effective PowerPoint presentation, Google Form a digital data collection tool, crafting research papers, creating presentations on Canva, and many more. Student body also organizes events for students like freshers and farewell for the students every year. RGCMS library has a very rich collection of books. It has several useful in-house digital resources like university question papers, syllabus and institutional archives are also available in the library. It is a fully computerized with application of barcode technology and well-known library management software named SOUL. The software extends the facilities like WebOPEC to search books and journals available in the library. There is a dedicated computer laboratory with high-speed internet connectivity and free Wi-Fi for the students. Students are encouraged to make the most of the facility provided to them for practical, academic research, presentations, preparations for interviews and studies. Our classes and seminar halls are fully furnished and air-conditioned with a capacity of 80 to 100 students. These classrooms offer the comfort to the students by enabling them to sit for longer hours with concentration and ease. There is a power backup facility for the uninterrupted power supply to make sure the classes are not being hampered. There is a playground sports ground where the different sports activities such as box cricket, tug of war, badminton, volleyball are organized. Zest is the cultural fest of RGCMS. Every year, we celebrate Zest with great enthusiasm and zeal. In this cultural event, there are numerous activities and competitions for students, and the competitive aura of the competitors make these events more charming. Students are encouraged to participate in various activities and competitions like mehendi, face painting, nail art, rangoli, dancing, singing, fashion show, and the last day is the sports day where all the students play the indoor and outdoor games in the college campus. To promote growth, placement, internships and faculty exchange, we have signed MOUs with different companies, institutions and research consultancies. Our students participate in different intercollegiate events and have won several trophies in same.
And just wait for 5 minutes so that people can join, ma'am.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. श्रेयस टिप्पू लो मेरा अभी जब मैं बात कर रही हूँ श्रेयस YouTube is live properly. So, good morning to everyone. Good morning, everyone. Uh, Thank you, all participants. With one message, they are on with us. And first of all, good morning to everyone and our esteemed guest, Miss Minal Sharma. Ma'am, I'm audible to you? Am I audible to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Ma'am.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am.
Ma'am.
So, I would like to tell some highlights of our RGCMS and IIC committee, that is Institution Innovation Council, which always gives an opportunity to meet our various people with various degrees, and also that we can gain good knowledge out of it. So we all are welcoming the event that was conducted by the IIC, that is from Ministry of Education, for celebration of the World Intellectual Property Day and Copyrights Day. This event is conducted with collaboration of RGCMS Library, as we always enhance students to, and promote students to have good books, and always have a good resources from our institute. So I would like to welcome my co-committee, I mean the library. Definitely, I'm a member of the library as well. So I would like to welcome Mr. Pratik Dete, sir, and Avinash Navani, sir, who look after the library and they help students for gaining the best of the best resources in our institute. So I, Chahat Hargunani, on behalf of Rajeev Gandhi College of Management Studies, would like to express my gratitude towards the RGCMS family and team, and of course my library members. We are celebrating here today World Intellectual Property Day and Copyrights Day. Before starting our program, I would like to thank our Institute Director, Professor Dr. Dinesh Kabane, sir, who always encourage us to move ahead with various kinds of events, whether it is offline and online. So, moving ahead, let me introduce our esteemed guest for today's session, that is Miss Minal Sharma, ma'am. She is an advocate for past 11 years. She has been teaching law, corporate law, media law, environment law, and cyber law, and IPR and other civil laws and management subjects in many esteemed law and commerce institutes as a permanent and a visiting faculty. She's also been practicing in the litigation and non-litigation matters as a partner with JP Dhanuka and Associates for more than 7 years. And I welcome you on the board, ma'am. And definitely, it will be a fruitful session from your knowledge that we will be gaining today. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
Thank you,
Chahat,
ma'am.
ma'am. Thank
Thank you,
you,
Chahat, ma'am.
Director
Thank
Sir,
you,
and the
Director Sir,
library team
and the
and
library
the
team and
institute
the
itself for
institute itself
having me
for
over here.
having me over here.
And I
And
would like to
I
cover
would like
as
to cover as
much as
much as
so that it's
so
a
that it's
more
a more
worthwhile
worthwhile
session for
session
the
for the
students
students
and all
and all
the
the
eminent
eminent
entities over
entities over
here who are
here who are
sitting over
sitting over
here
here
and who
and
are
who are
wanting to
wanting
have
to have some
in-depth knowledge about
in-depth
this
knowledge about this.
Ma'am, I would like to excuse you for a minute. I would want my library members to come and meet you as well, online only, sir. So we have Pratik Depe sir and Avinash Nevale sir, who are very on toes for providing the best resources to our students. So I would wish they could introduce themselves first, then we can start our event as per the schedule. I
Sure.
hope it's okay, ma'am, if they introduce, and then we can.
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
Pratik sir.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm Pratik Debe, librarian in RGCMS.
Avinash sir.
Hello everyone. I am our second librarian.
Hello, sir.
The most powerful team of our library people who always give because we are the people who give the best resources to our students as well as to a teacher. So the most of the credit goes to my librarian team. They help us a lot to meet a gap between the knowledge. They cover up all the gaps between the knowledge. They bring the best resources on library to meet this gap. So now even they came up with this. Now even we will come up with copyright code and we will come together and conduct this event. So thank you, Pratik sir and Avinash sir, for helping me out for this event as well. Over to you, ma'am.
Surely. Thank you, sir, Avinash sir and Pratik sir. So I hope this particular session is going to be enlightening for you people also. Thank you. So if I guess the if it is simultaneously on, then it is creating an echo.
Ma'am, I would request if you could be little bit loud.
Ma'am, is my
Ma'am, is
screen
my
visible?
screen visible?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, now it is, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
Am I audible
Am
now?
I audible
One
now?
second,
One
let me
second.
just.
Let me just.
Ma'am, I would like to tell you something. We have convocation ceremony in our college today, so I may be on off on the screen today. Definitely, anything you require, our sir will be there to coordinate. Even students are coordinating for the YouTube live. So, any problem, you can just take the name of Pratik sir or Avinash sir. I may be on off today on the screen, ma'am.
No,
No,
surely, ma'am. Absolutely, I can understand that. It's simultaneously
simultaneously.
two-way going
Yeah,
on.
ma'am.
Going on.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, one second. Yeah, sir, I just give me the hands up now if it's completely visible for you. Even the changing of the screen is visible.
Yes, madam.
Okay, sir. And even I'm audible, right?
Yeah, madam.
Okay, fine. So, good morning, students. Good morning, all those learned and the experienced, all those particular eminent people over here. Today, since we are starting with this particular topic of your intellectual property rights, I am not directly going to start with that topic. What exactly is the intellectual property rights? But we are going to start with the theme of the day and how it has come into existence and how it goes ahead when it comes to the legal rights and all those particular. Now, a general layman questions which generally arises in front of us. And for you people, I want to ask you, have you ever thought about how your favorite brand logos has been protected? Let's say, for example, if I'm talking about your McDonald's, if I'm talking about your, Maruti, or I'm talking about your, Gucci or your Prada, all these particular brands, when they are having a logo and it has been designed from years to back when it has been used from since a long period of time. So how are their logos being designed or how their logos are being protected so that no other person is utilizing the same thing or taking undue advantage? Because as we all have seen, there are pirated copies going on. People are selling off the second pirated copies and all in the market. So how is it going to be getting protected as a user of this particular logo, as a owner of this particular logo? How can I be protected? This is a question generally does arises, and that is where we need to have the understanding ki what is this IP or the intellectual property, where is it coming from? Second question, as a even I'm an author, so I am just having this question ki if I am writing up a book or if I am making a movie or writing up a slogan or a song, so how do my particular these work of mine can be protected? How it can be having some kind of a commercial or economic gain for me, or how it is going to be having some kind of usage to me from a long period of time. Let's say what when we all are using the online platforms for making short videos or reels or some kind of online OTT channels, we are making some kind of short videos or commercial movies and all. So these particular work of mine, when I am making such kind of hard work of mine over there, how it can be getting protected? What are the things which I need to take care about the same? So that is the second question ki how does the author protects their work, and how they can emphasize on having more and more creativity being enhanced at their particular level. Lastly, why is it important to protect the creative ideas? We all people are the creative people, come what may. Even if I am not an artist, even if I am not an author, even if I am not an engineer, but still somewhere I am having a creative idea of mine. So this particular idea of mine having some kind of importance in its own level, whatever things we are each and every day using. For example, if I talk about your technology, your gadgets and all, mobile phones, we all are using it. Every now and then, every year we are saying कि अगर Apple ने एक launch किया है तो उसके बाद after 6 months, 1 year, again they are coming up with a new technology, new upgradation and all those things. What is this? This is nothing but a kind of a creativity, an idea, a technology which has over the period of time coming up new and new, and these advances are only giving us some kind of a development. And all those people who have innovated, who have made such kind of work of theirs, they are wanting it to be protected. So we are just going to talk about these things only today in our session. Talking about your first and the most important thing, your World Intellectual Property Day. Basically, I just want to give you a few highlights about this day. This particular day has been introduced in the year 2000, where the basic agenda, the idea of was that this World Intellectual Property Day should be having some kind of unique opportunity to all the people from different countries and region to come up to join together with their new creative ideas all around the globe, and consider as a intellectual property as a platform or as an area which will help them to have a artistic, scenic, or a flourishing to enable their technological innovative ideas, and to have some kind of a human progress. So that is where in the year 2000 at the world convention level, they have emphasized this particular day, your 26th April, as your day which is going to be celebrated as your World Intellectual Property Day. Now, this day basically is being organized by the organization which is called as your WIPO, WIPO, that is your World Intellectual Property Organization. Now, this organization, which was being initiated in the year 1970, where they had initiated the concept of your intellectual property. What is intellectual property? Intellectual, just a kind of a term, means to say through the intelligence or through the mindset of the people, they are coming across and they are bringing up some ideas, and that is going to be their property, which is going to be a kind of a property which is not going to be taken away by any other person or misutilized by any other person. And their major aim was, this WIPO's major aim was to increasing the generalized understanding of all your intellectual property. Now, this basically, it is also an opportunity to highlight the role of how the day by day the intellectual property is having some kind of gaining its importance, be it through your patent, be it your trademark, be it your industrial designs, your copyrights, your secrets, your trademarks, all those innovative and your creative ideas coming across under a one particular umbrella which is called as your intellectual property. Now, I guess if more or less you must have always come across to this term as your intellectual property, but this intellectual property has its own importance, and that is what this World Intellectual Property Day has created. It has basically emphasized the importance of the balance. The IPA system is recognized. They are having some rewarding for each and every inventors or the creators for their work, to ensure that whatever the society is getting benefited, simple thing. If I talk about solar panels and all, we talk about the new kind of hybrid kind of a structure planting and all. So this is nothing but which is my idea, which I've come up with, and this is going to give a benefit to the society at large. And this, but if the society is getting benefited, so then in that case, for my creativity, for my ingenuity, I need to have some kind of importance to be gained over there. So this World IP Day has been giving a unique opportunity to celebrate for all those particular contributors, for all those innovators, and all those particular creators, so having some right being given to them. Talking about all those researchers, all those businesses, all those inventors, all those designers, when they are putting up their hard put efforts, bringing out some kind of output for both the economical gain and some kind of development of the society, it is where this return has to be awarded, and that's what the WIPO is trying to do. They are trying to bring out this particular agenda, this particular importance of the intellectual property to be having some particular recognition at the universal level. When I say, intellectual property, it's not like a free lunch which is being provided to each and everyone, and it should be, just have and not having worth about it, but only it should be a kind of a work which is being established, which is some kind of a quality, which is been having some kind of uniqueness. आज आप और मैं जाकर के अगर बोलेंगे मुझे इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी को जाकर के कोई भी अपने वर्क को, लेट्स से सिंपल एग्जांपल, we had your Einstein who had now come up with a new kind of technology, new kind of research, and suddenly if we are doing any changes, any modification, any development to those particular the technologies or the research, then it is going to be called as your IP. Yes, that is going to be having a new creativity, and that is going to have its importance to emphasize for the registration or at a world level, which is having some kind of innovation or technology. Now, let's say, for example, when a song is being, all the listeners, we are listening every now and then, new songs which are coming up, and we come across to such kind of music also, which was being made in 90s, 70s, or 60s, and we are now the singers or those music composers and all, they are just making changes in the music, and they are working on the old work only. So these particular qualifying with the old work of someone who has recognized it, who has registered it, which is called to be as your copyright. Just to give you a simple example, when I write a book, and on that particular book, if someone is wanting to make a movie on the same, so he has to take some particular permission from me. That particular book of mine has been registered. Giving you the example of J.K. Rowling. Okay, when she wrote that particular book, when she wrote the series of book, it was initially when it was not taken the permission of hers, she had disputed, she had gone for the legal protection, and she won the case also over there. So because she was having the copyright of that particular book, so that book to be modified into a kind of a video, kind of a movie, or any kind of a audio visual version and all, so that has to be registered, that has to having some kind of a qualifying with all those basic criteria. We are going to discuss about those basic criteria which are required to be there for me to going for any kind of registering of such innovative ideas of mine. Similarly, when we write any kind of novel or any kind of patents which are being registered by us, when we are making some kind of new research in some kind of your software or technology and all, these particular IPs are basically where we are inventing some ideas, we are making some detailed innovation about it, we are trying to make it at a public level, and that building up the technology for the society benefit and all. In the current era, when we talk about your sustainable development, this is where we are wanting, very urging, we are asking the youth and the researchers to go for such kind of technology which is having the innovativeness, which is having the creativity, and which is having some kind of novelty. Yes, there is something which is different from the already existing product or already existing good, which is going to have some kind of emphasis. So an effective IP basically system that balances the interest of the inventors also and the creators, and plus at the society at large. Anything which is not going to be benefit for the society. When this World IP organization which was being initiated, their emphasis was that only we want people to come up with new ideas, but these new ideas should be of such a nature that they are benefiting to the society, and that's whole the concept of to be proving for the effective kind of the IP, and encouraging for the new energies, new igniters, new kind of developing of the technologies, and new creative ideas among the people. Having said so, there are, over the period of time since 2000, this your World IP Day, which has been celebrated, it has always been coming up with new themes every year. I have jotted down few of the themes which I felt like yes, that can be considered to be as a talking about the current theme today when it is being celebrated at across the world level. What is the theme which is being discussed? But before that, I want you to know about the earlier themes which was being discussed every now and then. Starting from your in the year 2020, where the World IP Day was being celebrated, it talked about innovative for a future, green future. When I say green future, means to say having that learning, that role of the intellectual property, how the intellectual property, each and every new product, new technology, innovative ideas coming up, having some kind of a green sensibility, means to say, when I'm talking about your tree plantation, when I'm talking about your safe soil, when I'm talking about safe earth, or your save ocean, all those particular things are nothing but talking about the natural environment being safeguarded at the same level. So this year, in the year 2020, when the IP Day was being celebrated, it was being initiated that all those intellectual property which are going to be registered or which are going to be having some kind of rights which are going to be given to the innovator, they should emphasize with some kind of green technology. You are making a machinery, okay, make your machinery sustainable that it is going to be benefit for the natural environment also. When you are making some kind of your new product, your product should be, let's say for example, if I'm coming up with a new toy, I'm making that toy such plastic friendly, or we call it as your BPA free kind of, that even if it is being melted in future, it is can be utilized for other particular product, reutilization of that particular product. So that is called as your IP technology which is coming up, which is having some kind of green future, because whatever choices we are making today is going to emphasize for the need for the future generation or the future. So they stated that in the year 2020 we want our earth to be, our earth is considered to be as one home, and that home can be protected only if we are having a balance between the natural environment and the technological development. So we humans are very biased. We generally feel so okay, whatever we are getting, anthropocentric kind of view, where we are having the view if whatever we are getting it, it is only for our benefit. But that's not. When we talk about, you must have studied about the ecological cycle or the balance. It always says कि whatever activity we are doing it, whatever resources we are getting from the environment, it's one are going to having the balance between our existence. If anything in excess, only the excess, technology is not going to give a benefit. If we are going to exceeding that particular thing, it is somewhere going to harm for our future or our existence in the over the period of time. So that's what in the year 2020 they discussed. In 2021 they talked about IP and SME, that is your small, medium, and your enterprises. Now they stated that key, basically the small startups, we generally use the term as startups. So every now and then people are coming, आप लोग सबने shark tanks and all ये सब सारे आपने देखा ही होगा. So everyone is coming up with new ideas, they want the funding and all. So they stated in the year 2021 कि yes, if a project is being initiated, the project is being funded, why can't we ask these people? Because it's not just the big time businesses existing, it is these small businesses which are existing. And if these businesses are having the idea or the understanding about the intellectual property, they can get much more benefited out of it. So why don't we ask these people to take an idea to the market by registering it, so that it is not just one local area or your region or a country is being benefited, but at a globe level they are being benefiting across for whatever, because the development is being done. It should not be restricted to one particular city or the nation, but it should be going for the development on the overall perspective point of view. So this particular agenda or the theme which was talking about your ideas for going to the market, asking these small entrepreneurs, small medium scale enterprises to go, enlightening them, having that critical role which they are having, the mid-sized firms or your small sized firms having that particular enthusiasm, so that it is benefiting for the for the economy of the country also, and for themselves also. Let's say, for example, if the small farmers, even if they are coming up with the new technology for creating a hybrid kind of a plant or something, so they are being asked, you, why don't you, whatever technology you are utilizing, why don't you go and get it registered? Why don't you have some much more emphasis for having the patent right over that? So this is where the IP area on the year theme, which was been there in the year 2021, they trying to build up a kind of a stronger and more competitive and the resilient kind of businesses, so that each and every businesses what they are existing, they should be getting some importance. It should not be only the big people or the big bulls who are running up the market, but even the small area, small innovators, small creators should also get the importance. Then in the year 2022, it further talked about your IP and youth. We all, mostly the students who are there over here. So youth, which plays a very important and the innovative role for the better future. It was being decided by this particular World IP Day, where they initiated ki, why don't we ask the youth to come up with the new ideas? So youth are the ones who can, whatever the technology, whatever the new upcoming ideas they are bringing out, why don't they go ahead, get a proper platform, they have a better future, so that they get the recognition at the international level. So this is where they had even, so every year they do conduct some kind of competitions also. They create some kind of a platform, so that even big businesses can do the investment on these youth projects and all. So basically this benefited, or this IP projects which was been initiated, it was across the globe, where all those member countries were being asked to encourage their youth or their particular school students or the college going or the university students to step into the innovative areas, to do more and more researches. Even your college must be asking you, okay, do some new research, whatever, be it your scientific research you are doing or non-scientific research you are doing. You are having some kind of a empirical kind of philosophies and all. So whatever come across with some kind of challenges, have some their energies, have that curiosity to have that creativity in you, have that particular some ideas which can have the goal to generate income for yourself also and to the society at large. Because if these youth are going to be the future of the nation, and if these people are able to create more jobs, if they are able to tackle the local and the global challenges which we are facing. Let's say the simple example, if I reside in the city like Mumbai, so what are we facing? The basic problem we are facing, my time is getting wasted because I'm getting wasted in the traffic hours, or might be I'm not having those particular transport facilities and all. So can you come up with these particular ideas? So yeah, there was few of the people who came up with the pool system, where we are having carpooling system, where we are having the share Uber system and all. So what is these are nothing but the ideas which has benefited not to one person. If I'm traveling alone, it is not going to generate any kind of a benefit. But if there are four people who are traveling together, so might be their share of money is going to be shared. Plus at the same time there is going to be less number of cars on the road and all. So that is how these new ideas, new particular innovativeness should be there among the youth. We're trying to tackle these particular local and the global challenges in a rightful manner, and they are coming up with these new ideas and all. So it is the youth who are having the emphasis. That's what they wanted to say in the year 2022. Then in the 2023, they came across with your women and IP. So if their agenda was that, if you want to accelerate innovativeness, if you want to have more and more creativeness, it's not just the youth, but along with them, if the female or the women who are there in the society at large, if they are having some kind of attitude of can do attitude, so then in that case that will be a good tribute towards the world intellectual property day to be celebrated in a right manner. Because they are somewhere, it is, be it you are a household person, be it you are a working person, it should be a kind of a face which should have a significant role in the contribution towards the innovativeness. And so they wanted these existing where they had some kind of a made n number of women from different countries to participate with come with the ideas where they have awarded also where they have highlighted ki how the females have put up across for the having different resources being developed by them, different skills which are been there, how they can support to the overall need of the society at large. Then in the year 2024, we were talking about your SDGs. I don't know whether you people have studied in which you people are there, but still SDGs, which is the most important, your sustainable development goals. This is a kind of, every now and then in the year 2020, we were having a Earth Summit in India only. It was been conducted where India is one of the signatory for the Earth Summit, and it was being discussed how the intellectual property is going to have its emphasis for the sustainable development. Basically, your sustainable development means to say you're meeting the demands of the current generation by keeping the understanding for the future requirements. So building up some kind of a common future with the innovative and the creative ideas. Now, these creative and the innovative ideas is going to be only with the 4 P's. Always remember, that is your people, peace, planet, and your prosperity. They stated कि if I am doing any kind of a development which is only talking about the current generation requirement, so then in that case, over the period of time, I am not going to succeed. Let's say, for example, simple, in the year 1990, when we had talked about your LPG, your liberalization, privatization, globalization, where most of the countries were in the running race which was going on for the development, new technology and all. Over that time, we never realized how the new technology are going to impact the global environment, how they are going to change the climatic condition over the period of time, how the resources are going to get depleted over the period of time. And that is the reason what we are facing today as a problem is all those particular things which we did in the past, and we are facing the problems and the issues today. Or why do you think all those particular wars are going on? It's because of basically for the resources only, right? So these resources, these particular developments which we are doing, it should have some kind of a sustainable development. Why can't we substitute such kind of technologies in such a manner that instead of using the natural resources, we are having some other resources, and through that we are trying to substitute it with. So that's what it is going to be called as sustainable development, where it is more about, let's say, for example, how you are supporting the current your music. Let's say, for example, if I talk about the Coldplay concert which has been taken place, during the time of that Coldplay concert, the kind of electronic kind of the usage which was being done, do you think, have you ever thought about it, that concert have generated that kind of energy, or the such kind of electrical energies which were being through some kind of technology, thermal power technology, which was being utilized by the people who were standing on those particular platforms and all. So that is through that we have generated the electricity, and through that the whole completely the concert electrification was being done and all. So this is called to be as your sustainable development, where the agenda of your World Intellectual Property Organization was that only how can we take part in the campaigns where all those offices, all those governments, all those particular agencies, all those law enforcing bodies and all, they can have this particular agenda in their mind whenever they are registering any copyright, any patent, any kind of trademarks, any trade secrets, any geographical indication. They are looking forward to how the person who innovator or the creator has emphasized on the goals of your sustainable development. Is it there is some kind of we are every now and then giving them permission for the new technologies, but have you ever thought about are they going to benefit to the society, or it is going to create a negative impact on the society? So that has to be understood by them, that has to be taken care, and that's what the agenda was there of the intellectual property rights theme in the year 2020. Having said so, now coming to the current theme, which is being celebrated today, that is your World Intellectual Property Day as your 26th of your April. So what is the theme which is there in currently we are dealing with? So it is talking about your music. We all are the music lovers. We are listening to are throughout the day, at least once or twice, we are connecting to those particular musics which is going to give us a soothing area. So this World Intellectual Property Day, which is having the theme of IP and music, feel the beat of our IP. So today it was being emphasized by the organization that we need to emphasize all those particular shining, creators, your inventors, your entrepreneurs, pushing to the boundaries of new ideas in the world of the music, how we can generate, how we can create vibrating kind of the music which is going to benefit to the everyone. Now the question arises, generally students do ask me, how the music is going to be benefit to the society or how. So that's what the motivation, if you are using such kind of musical instruments, if you are using sub creating kind of a music, it should be created in such a manner where it is having some innovativeness. We all have been using your guitar, sitar, your harmonium, different your keyboards and all we are using, but has it been any person who has made it, has it been your property which has been registered or not? Has it the music been having been registered through the copyright system or not? So that is where these broaders are going to be talking about. These broad areas has to be discussed, and that's what they are thinking about when we talk about this theme. Now this theme, they have created a harmonic kind of a language, different languages. When we are creating different sounds, we are taking it from the natural environment and all, and they are getting further distributed at a different platform. So these platforms, when they are being distributed, might be they are having some kind of cultures they are having, because every region, every areas have their own culture, their tradition and all. So when we as a person, we are making people familiar with such kind of presence of different rhythms or the lives which are existing in the overall environment, we are wanting it to be getting registered, we are wanting it to be shining, having a kind of a creative emphasis, so that each and every music which has been in existence should having the registration, should having a kind of a digital awareness with the different learners. So there are they have a partnership with the Music Awareness Foundation, and plus they have recently launched a digital awareness platforms also for the creators. Now these particular creators, they are nothing but they are the people who are going to give platforms to all those new musicians, all those people who are into this particular stream of recognition, so that their works are being somewhere registered, their work is being somewhere being known at not just at the local level but at the global level. So this is what their agenda is there in the year 2025, where overall they want the people to be getting benefited of these particular music creators, or who these people are getting making the music or different sounds or different rhythms, whether it has been taken naturally or whether it is being adopted by different instruments which are they being utilized. Now coming to the most important part, what exactly do you understand by intellectual property? Because the most important parts come, okay, from since half an hour I'm talking about your World Intellectual Property Organization, I'm talking about your VIPO, or I'm talking about the day and all different themes which I'm talking about. So to give up an idea what exactly is your intellectual property, it is basically nothing but a legal privilege which has been granted to the inventors. Let's say for example, if I am using any kind of a gadget, now that gadget I have made it, or if any person has made it, he has done his hard work, he has done his research. This hard work and this research of his should be getting somewhere safeguarded. His particular art, his particular scientific knowledge, his particular literature, literary work and all, it should be recognized. It should be having some kind of a economical or a moral, gains from those particular works. So for that reason, we want these particular intellectual properties to be safeguarded, and that's what the IP talks about. Intellectual property rights talk about. Every person, every creator, it is his work, it is his right to get it registered, and once you are getting it registered, it is up to you whether you wanted to be having the immediate income out of it, you want a royalty out of it, separate, or you want a kind of a further enhancement for the same. So these legal rights basically grant the inventors or the creator, or as an assignee, as a right sole right holder, whether he wants to further exploit. Let's say, for example, if I'm an author, if I want to, first I have just write few of the slogans or the poems or just phrases. I was just as a creative writer I am, okay. Later on I am writing a book out of it. I want this particular book to be published, so I have given this particular publication house a right. Okay, I am going to pay for this particular publication, I am going to get a separate ISBN number for the same. And now henceforward, if any particular publishing houses and all, they want to publish it, they have to take the permission. Or I can be getting a royalty where the publisher, some other person has published for me, some other publication house has published for me, and they are going to make give me a payment of amount of money every now and then, the number of copies which are being sold off. So this is where my work is going to be recognized with my name, with my identity and all. Further after this, if suppose for example, if there is a movie maker who wants to make a movie on the same, so he has read my movie, my book, he has read all the content, now he feels so without my permission, can he utilize this particular work of mine without having those particular permission, where we can utilize this work of mine for making the movies and all? No, he can't do so, because that is where I have got a legal privilege, I have been granted with some kind of a protection of these particular creators, right? So he has to take the permission, even if he wants to use. Now if he is using 10 to 20%, or he is making the modification to the same and all, that's okay, that is being permitted with a, because an idea can never be protected, but a thing which, a product which is there, that can be protected. So for this intellectual property, basically it is nothing but a legal right which is being granted to all those inventors, all those particular creators, and they are being assigned a separate recognition for the same. Why am I saying ki Graham Bell has invented the phone? Because when he initiatively invented that, that is where his invention was being recognized by his name. Then over the period of time, there is a modification. After that, we have come up with the mobile phones, we have come up with the pages, we have come up with the fax and all. So over the period of time, as and when the innovation was being done, whomsoever has done, they got it registered, and that's where we are able to use. Now let's say for example, if I'm using a Apple iPhone, okay, we all know that Apple is having the technology which is being assembled from the different countries, and it is assembled in China. So when China, each and every part, why do you think this Apple phone of yours is so costly? Because there are different technology which has been brought from the different country, where they are being patented, where they are being registered, where they are being required to be taking the permission from the inventors, and that's where in the end, when it has been assembled together, it is being sold off in the market. So that's what the IP protects us. It is basically, now where exactly in your your world intellectual property organization, where they outline how the IP rights are being created. So basically there is an article which is called as your article 27 of your universal declaration of human rights, जहाँ पे हम लोगों के human rights में एक basically fundament दिया हुआ है कि every person is built up with some kind of innovative ideas. So his thought process, his particular creativeness, his particular intelligence. And if a person makes up such kind of your idea into a product, or some kind of new innovativeness which is going to be benefit to the society, then it should be protected as a materialistic thing, where both economically and morally interest should be there for the authors, and their work should be recognized at the larger scale. So that's where, under your world human rights declaration also, plus at the same time repo declaration also, they have stated ki IPR, or the IP should be having some kind of a significance. Now, when this particular VPO, which we are every now and then talking about, they have significantly, holding the importance of this intellectual property. See, right now only I would like to tell you this intellectual property, it's a right which is being protected in every country by their own separate laws. This is very important for you to understand. Every country is having the restriction with their boundaries and they have the protection. But if I'm getting my patent being or my copyright or my product being protected at the international level, so then in that case your FIPO is going to take care about my rights at the global level. Let's say for example in India I have come up with, let's say for example, if you people know it or not I don't know, but 2 to 3 years back this happened where we in India we are known for our spices, specifically your turmeric. Okay, so there was this dispute at the international court level where it was being done कि जहाँ पे हमारी जो हल्दी टर्मरिक है उसको लेकर के डिस्प्यूट ये हो रहा कि जहाँ पे एक्स कंट्री ने ये कहा कि ये हमारा ओरिजिन है, ये हमारा रिकॉग्नाइज्ड है और वी आर गोइंग टू टैग इट एज फ्रॉम द रिकॉग्नाइजेशन ऑफ आवर कंट्री, वेयर इंडिया डिस्प्यूटेड दैट origin of most of the spices and specifically turmeric, it is being done absolutely from India. And they had done when the Britishers, they have taken all those different things from our country. They had taken away the turmeric also, turmeric as a plant, and then they have started producing in their country. So in the international court we did dispute it, and where India won the case about the same, because that is where we had originally patented it and protected our right over there. So this World Intellectual Property Organization, they basically oversees all those particular different property rights of us. Just to give you a highlight about the different conventions where different countries have been the signatory. Earlier in the start we have mentioned about your patent, copyright, trademark, geographical indication. So these are nothing but the different types of your IP which have been protected or recognized. Now, how these particular rights are being protected? First of all, talking about your Paris Convention. Now, this Paris Convention, which was initially being done in the 1883, out of these 5 conventions, 2 conventions plays a very important role in the area of your VPO organization, where they always see whenever there is a dispute, when there is a problem, or whenever new changes in the laws has to be done, they always see to it that these conventions are being taken care of. So in the Paris Convention, it was being initiated that basically it covers all the, if you go through this particular convention, it talks about all those industrial properties, including your patent, your trademark, industrial designs, while utilizing these particular models or these particular service marks, these particular trademarks, every person whomsoever has signified their work has got a recognition. There should not be unfair competitive things which should be there. Means to say, if I have registered my work, it should not be unfair, it should not be biased, be it any part of the country I am. If my country has signed this convention, it will be indirectly being protected over there. And that was a kind of a first significant, if I talk about the IP as a overall, so it is a first significant kind of the action which was being taken to assist the creators for making the rightful utilization or all those particular things which they have created as a kind of IP protection laws and all, where all the nations who are being the signatory, they have the provision for getting it at the national level also registered or at the international level. So be it, if I am making a product, let's say for example, if I am coming up with new technology in my cell phone only, or for, let's say for example, abhi aajkal we are using the LED lights, or I'm using the sensor lights and all. So if the sensor, if I'm coming up with a new key, okay, minute I am going to enter the room, the lights are going to be on. So that is called as a kind of a new sensor technology. If I'm coming up, I can get it registered both at the national level or the international level. So at the international level, when I'm going to do, it will be under the Paris Convention for the protection of the intellectual property. Secondly, it talked about your Beren Convention. Basically, your Beren Convention is nothing more about your literary or artistic work. Or if I generally want to talk to students, it's always remember it as a copyright laws. Okay, so first Paris Convention, it is more about patent, your industrial innovative ideas. But in the Beren Convention, or it is also called as Berne Convention, which is talks about your copyrights. So this convention protects all those literary, all those artistic works, all those particular paintings, you say, all those particular music, all those particular recordings, both at the again at the international and the national level, where we are coming under the category of your copyright. Now these convention covers the right for all those authors, so that whatever work they are bringing it out, it is having the proper utilization with their proper permissions and the granting by the author, by the writer, by the creative people in the international and the national level. Third one, Budapest Treaty. Now, this Budapest Treaty, it's a kind of a treaty which has been signed at the international recognition of the deposit of your microorganisms for the purpose of patent procedure. This is only specifically talking about. See, why we consider the Berne and the Paris Convention as the most important, because it is talking more on the generalized level. Whereas these three treaties which we are going to talk about, it is more specific to an area only. That's the reason those particular conventions play a very important role. So in this particular Budapest Treaty, they talked about all those. There was a technology which was being initiated, where they talked about key new technology, how the microorganisms of the different species, or alive species, can be utilized for some particular utilization for the technology in the medical streams, also for the in the agricultural streams, also for the hybrid technology also. That is where the Budapest Treaty was being signed. All those people, different countries who are doing this such kind of innovative ideas, they can register themselves under this particular treaty. Then comes your Marrakesh Treaty. Now, this Marrakesh Treaty basically facilitates the creation and the international transfers of the books that have been specifically adapted. There are some of the books which are specifically wrote on areas that, say, for example, you're knowing the human existence, talking about your human bodies, talking about your any kind of medical streams and all. So defining to a specific group of people who are facing some kind of blind, who are blind or having some kind of visual impairments and all. So for them, this particular book was being innovated, and this book, when it was being innovated, it was being considered as an international book utilization for all those visually impaired or any kind of person who is having the difficulty. So if across the world any person wants to utilize it, they can utilize it with the kind of a permission under this. And every now and then any development in this particular area is going to be done, it is going to be further being remarked or further being enhanced under this area only. So that's why it is called to be as a it is absolutely restrictive, it is absolutely having some kind of exclusive kind of do's and don'ts which have been mentioned under this treaty. How the utilization has to be done, what is going to be the medical requirements which has to be taken care, all those small things are being discussed or talking about your Marrakesh Treaty. Then comes your Patent Cooperation Treaty. Now, this patent cooperation, basically, it is offering a standardized kind of the process for submitting the patent application. Means to say, if I'm bringing up with new medical drug, if I'm coming up with the new machineries, if I'm coming up with the new technologies and all, or any such thing which I'm going to come up, it can't be done directly. See, you can't say, because there are n number of people who are, it's a huge population, n number of people are every now and then doing new researches and all. So simultaneously chances are there कि India भी एक technology पे research कर रहा है. जैसे for example हम लोग space technology की बात करें, India is also working, plus at the same time US is also working, at the same time China is also working. So when they together are they working for the same. So who is going to be, how we will be able to define it कि किसने पहले register किया, किसने कहाँ पे हुआ है, so whether it has been utilized or not. So for this reason, this particular patent cooperation treaty is being signed up, where every process, every stage, every step of yours can be getting registered to safeguard the processor or the innovators of such ideas. So in this particular treaty, they stated that it is given a overall platform for every person to exist, where each and every time they are further doing a modification, be it if it is a sensible kind of a change modification, it's done, it has to be registered. And this access to the information, streamlining of these particular process has to be done in a well structured manner, and that's where they related to this international patent process or your international cooperation, providing for the so solid kind of the basis for every person who wants to get their work to be patented. Means to say, if you want to get it patented, you need to have some kind of a criteria to be fulfilled, and that's where you will be able to achieve. So these are the few of the conventions through which the World Intellectual Property Organization is working. Now, talking about the next important, which India. Yeah, India is also one of the signatory to this particular thing, that is called as your TRIPS, Trade Related Intellectual Property. Now, this trade related intellectual property, basically, whatever agreements we are doing some kind of agreements at the WTO level, World Trade Organization level, where each and every work of mine can be significantly, because your all those conventions which we have, Paris Convention or your Berlin Convention, they were much more of a generalized nature. So if I want to structure my things into a well categorized manner, so WTO also has helped it out in the year 1994, जहाँ पे WTO ने, जैसे मैंने कहा आपको, 1990 में LPG हुआ, वैसे we coming up with the globalization, so that's where WTO has taken its role in a very effective manner. तो वहाँ पे WTO ने कहा कि let us come with the international some kind of trade related intellectual property agreements, and each and every country is going to be a part of this agreement if you are a part of this convention. So where some of the copyright related rights, let's say for example the right for the performance record, जैसे for example आज मैं अगर अरिजीत सिंह की बात करूँ, तो if he has written some of the songs, so will I be allowed to perform those particular songs openly on the platform or not? That comes under a copyright. यानी अगर किसी और आर्टिस्ट का वर्क है, तो will I be allowed to go ahead with those particular things? Then if I am doing a sound recording in three of the companies, so what is going to be the recorder's right, what is going to be the company's right, what is going to, जैसे हम लोग कई बार देखते हैं आपकी म्यूजिक के नीचे T series who is a composer, T is a recorder and all those things. So that is where every person at the different stage they get the recognition. At the broadcasting, it means to say at the beat your at a local platform, your national platform or an international platform, how the broadcasting of these particular works are going to be displayed. Means to say, if I am a writer, Sudha Murthy, she's a writer, she's an author in India, so whether her book can be circulated at the any other country also, how it is going to be circulated, how she is going to get benefited. So these agreements are making a clarity about the same. Now, next thing is your trademarks. Then trademarks or your service marks, means to say, your simple example, McDonald's, which has been I'm loving it, or any kind of a slogan which has been. So these tones, yeah, these slogans, when we talk about your Vodafone's Hush Puppy, which was being, or the tune which was there. So these particular tunes are also being trademarked. They are having the separate recognition. आप चलते फिरते कहीं पे भी जा रहे हो, आपको ट्यून आ रही है, तो automatically आपको पता चला, okay, this is the company which is they are talking about. So that's where the agreements give the emphasis on these service marks or the trademarks. Service marks basically means to say, at times it has been written TM or SM, or any person who is a service provider in the telecom industry, they are providers, or any kind of other educational institute, they are the service providers. So whatever services they are providing, are they having some kind of separate recognition? That's what it is going to be registered. Then comes your geographical indicators. Basically, when I say geographical indications, means to say any product which has been origin from a area, and that's where it has been paid for or it has been recognized. Let's say, for example, if I say Alfonso mangoes, okay, in Maharashtra it is very much famous from Ratnagiri Alfonso mangoes. So when I say a local from Gujarat or any other place, it might be costing around your 200-300. But if I talk about Ratnagiri Alfonso mangoes, I'm going to ready to pay for your 1,000 rupees, 1,200 rupees also. So that's what it calls about the geographical indications, where the origin of that product. If I talk about your Kashmiri apples, okay, Himachal apples, or if I talk about your kiwis from your New Zealand, so these are having the recognition, specialization from that geographical region. It is origin from that, and that has been registered. So there are products which are being registered as per their geographical areas, and that's where it is being emphasized on. Then trade designs, how my product is going to be designing is to be done. So it is my product manufactured, that's a separate thing, but how it is going to be designed, each and every process, each and every planning of it is being well structured priorly. If I am talking about your any kind of a structure of architectural structure of a particular buildings or something which has been having a design which is separately been having some modification. Let's say example, I did for yesterday only, I was reading about your key how the in Antilia, where it is not been having any air condition but is having some technology where automatic cooling is being done. So this is called as your industrial designing, which might be having some technology which is giving a benefit to all those people who are the creators of the same. Then comes your patent. So patent basically only works on all those particular technology which is having a novelty variant in them. Any kind of variant, any kind of specification, any kind of uniqueness which they are having, that's where it is going to be patented. So these particular copyright, trademark, geographical indication, your patent, all these things are having some kind of your recognition through the some kind of agreements which are being done at the international level. You can get it registered at the national level also, and it can be done at the international level. Lastly, any kind of circuit layouts, design, and all these are coming under trade secrets. Let's say, for example, recently it was that there was one of the company who had, whatever the recipe they are utilizing, they are having the uniqueness of their recipe, and that's what it is giving the taste to their product, and that is going to be their trade secret or your any kind of test data and all, which is having some kind of specification. Let's say, for example, if your Maggie is having Maggie masala is having a trade secret and all, so that is a uniqueness. Even the McDonald's here, they are having their own trade secret. Why are we consuming McDonald's burger? Is something having a taste different from all your Burger King or any other product. That is having a kind of a trade secret, which they are having the USP for the same. They are getting it registered and they are having the uniqueness. Now, basically these agreements, they are have been categorized, if I want to say, both at the national or international level, how the categorization it has been done. So it is basic on the basis of standards, it is based on the enforcement and the dispute settlement. So how, if I am going to be what standards, what quality, what the markings and all has to be done, it is basically being done by a kind of the agreement which is being specified, where it specifically says minimum standards of protection which is being stated either by the WPO or WIPO or your by the TRIPS agreement or by your even by the convention of your national requirements. So if I talk about in India, if I want to get any particular patent being done, so there are patent laws which are being specified, जहाँ पे पेटेंट अथॉरिटीज ने उसको स्पेसिफिकली आपका मेंशन किया गया है कि भाई ये स्टैंडर्ड्स आपका मिनिमम रिक्वायरमेंट होना चाहिए, अगर आपने ये फुलफिल किया तो देन देयर इज अ प्रोसेस थ्रू व्हिच यू आर गोइंग टू गेट योर प्रोडक्ट रजिस्टर्ड एंड ऑल. So this is where the minimum standards protection has to be levied, and each member has to be able to achieve those particular intellectual property domains where whatever they are covering about, so that the product, when it has been granted such kind of permission, they are having further permissions for the changes in future also. They are having some kind of uniqueness also, some kind of novelty also has been emphasized. Further, your enforcement, so enforcing how the intellectual property enforcement, so it is as we rightly stated, okay, first of all, if I am getting it registered at the national level, so if we are having the domestic level authorities, we are having the remedies which are being given. So we are having trademark laws, we are having copyright laws, we are having patent laws, we are having generalized IP laws also. So these civil laws are the which are being mentioned, where there are some kind of enforcement processes, there are agencies who are taking care that we are going to apply for the same. Now these guidelines are being broadly been coming through these agreements and conventions only. So more or less, if I talk about the laws, they are nothing but the coming up or summing up of all those agreements and the convention which India has been a part of the convention participants also, sir. Now, it also includes the detailed provisions on the criminal procedure. So, there are some of the criminal charges which are being specially required to be emphasized if there is a cross-border kind of the measurement which are taken to be taken, interim measures which are to be taken. Some of the civil and the administrative process requirements are to be. See, there are highly chances that whenever a new technology is coming up or new particular things are being developed, people are tend to do some kind of piracy of the works, and also such kind of works should be having such a, civil and the administrative procedures, and the remedies are been appropriately been granted. Now, the next part comes your dispute settlement. If there is a dispute, if there is a problem, if there is a disagreement or something, are we having any kind of resolution bodies? Are we having some particular actions being taken against them? So yes, at the national levels, we are having, as I rightly said, we are having the agencies and the authorities which are being set up. But at the international level, we are having been taken care by the WTO members. We are having been taken care, observed by the through the TRIPS agreement, and the lastly, even the WIPO is being organization has been taking the resolution of all the disputes which are occurring. Let's say, for example, there was this particular dispute which happened, more or less, I guess, if it was relating to your iPhone, Apple company, and you are relating to your Vivo launch. Yeah. So it was Vivo, or I guess, if I'm not wrong, your Oppo, I guess, both either of the company, they had a dispute long time back where they were newly coming up with the sensor technology, which was first time in the year 2007 or somewhere it was been coming around. So over that time, the announcement by the Apple company, they had already done that they are going to come up with this some kind of a new technology in the year 2007 in September. But meanwhile, the some of the IP information which was being leaked by the company manager and all, and it was given away to the your viewer, other the competing company, and they immediately made an announcement that we are going to come with the new technology in the month of your August. So, which was a kind of anti-competitive kind of activity which was being done, and later on a case was being filed by the Apple company on them, stating that they have done a piracy, they have taken away our technology which was being registered, which was being patented, and that's where the World Trade Organization, they took a call over the same. They took all those particular observation and inquiries were being done, and later on it was being further found out that yes, there was some kind of breach of agreements, a breach of the competitive activities are anti-competitive activities are being done. So that's where how it has been stated that the rights of the innovator, the patenter, or any other person who has created there can be protected if you are properly appropriately registered. Having said so, your what's now, having said so, so basically, your understanding about how the at the international and the national level the IP rights can be protected. Now, what are the basic objectives of my this IP rights? So basically, your term intellectual property, which refers to the original work of the human mind. Okay, so these works of yours, all those scientific work, artistic work, literature work, or your technological and other fields work which has been considered, they are having three areas of importance or objective. First of all, they want people to be profited. See, it's a human mindset where we always want to do any kind of initiative or hard work only if we are getting any kind of gain out of it. Means to say, even if we ask a toddler, if are you wanting to do some kind of work, so he is going to ask you a question, what am I going to get out of it? So that's what this IP rights states about. Every person who is doing some kind of work which is benefit to the society at large, they should be profited. They should have this financial gain. See, having a gain only to the recognition is not important. Having a gain to the financial or the economical perspective, it is mostly important. These gain popularity and some kind of your popularity, some kind of financial gains are the major ideas or the objectives towards the recognition for the inventors and the creators. So that's why what's the IP wants to state it. Ki all those people, they have invented, they have created new thing, come registered and get your a benefit, be it your financial benefit, be it your recognition benefit out of it. Now there are people, they don't want money, but they want the recognition. Their name should be highlighted. Ki, okay, this is the person who has worked towards the same, and he has brought a change to the development of the society and all. See, we people now, we are at the stage ki every now and then we are, for our survival we want development, our survival we want some kind of a new resolutions coming up every now and then. So this is where this is going to happen only if we are having the new technologies been coming up, and these technologies are nothing but the brains who are working behind the same, and these brains should be getting the having some kind of a creators right over there. Secondly, to promote an environment where the creativity and the innovations can be thriving. See, we want new innovators. See, if I'm going to submit, submit any kind of work which has been coming up, then in that case, development will be sustained over that only. But we are not wanting. We are wanting to have some kind of striving of the balance between the interest of the innovators and the public interest. People are coming up with a new thing. Let's say, for example, why we have come up with the system ki okay, in Mumbai we were earlier having only through your normal roads, then we got your highways, we got the bridges, we got the your trains transportation, now we have got the metro connectivity and all. Why we are wanting? Because we are falling the shortfall, we are stucking up in the traffic, we are coming up with the problems every now and then, so we want some resolution to these problems. So these resolution can be taken place only if we are coming with the new ideas, and these ideas, how the connectivity should be created, how the channels can be working on, these are nothing but the creators issue, creators creativity and the innovativeness. So to strive a kind of balance between the interest of the innovators and the public interest, it is objective for the intellectual property rights to be gained, and it should be flourished. And lastly, to protect the traditional knowledge. See, over the period of time, if I talk about the, like if I'm talking about the during the time of your independence or after that and all, how from what was there the situation of India, let's take the example of India only, what was the situation in the 1947 and what is the situation in your 2025 is a way more different. Over the period of time we have developed, it is we have developed by our own creativity also, we have developed through the different adaptation of the different technology and creativity also. So this is where sustaining or promoting the traditional knowledge, let's say for example, even there are utilization of the same old technologies only which has been modified in a different level. When we talk about earlier, it was a completely locomotor skills and all, now we are having a more like a mechanism kind of a skills, now we are having both where the dual kind of work can be performed by the different organization when they are doing a manufacturing or your making of any product or anything. So this is where it says to protect the traditional knowledge of the thought process of the people, it is required for the IP to be registered and having some kind of a rights. Now, what as a generally, if you people are going to be the creator of any such kind of property, see, I will expect you people can be a researcher, you people are a author, you people are a company who is having creating some kind of trademarks or some kind of logos, designing or some kind of innovativeness. So, what are the things which you are supposed to take care of? Anything and everything, as I already mentioned to you, it is not like a cakewalk where everything and anything can be registered and you will get an innovative idea and your brand name will be given to that. No, it should have some kind of characteristics which is it is holding. Then only you will be having the entitlement for as an intellectual property. Okay, so first of all, intangible. Your intellectual property, it is need not be a tangible property which can't be felt, which is not be easily seen by any other person. You have an idea, you have to put that idea into a kind of a perception. You have an idea, you have to mold it in a particular manner. Until and unless your idea is being adopted in a particular specific, it is not going to be any utilization for the people at large. rights and duties. You have some of the rights which are being, as a creator you are being given. There are some of the duties. How are you going to protect it? What is the thing which you are, let's say if I'm coming across with some new technology, let's say in your new software only. So if I'm bringing out new software, already existing software, binary system and zeros and one system we have already studied. So this has been existing since a long period of time, that has already been initiated by some of the person earlier. Now if I am creating a new software over the same period, new gaming software and all, so that particular software which was existing, I'm giving a recognition to that and then working upon the same. That is going to be called as my duty towards the existing creator, and that is my right. How I can work on the same. Now in this there is a time frame which has been there. So if I talk about the patents, patents are being granted for a span of your 20 years. Okay, so for the all those people who have done some technology, some kind of scientific development, they have a time frame of 20 years to have the exclusive right over that. Let's say for example, आपने एक न्यू कार बनाई, ओके, कि कार बनाने के बाद आपने उसकी जो भी मैकेनिज्म बनाया उसको स्पेसिफिकली अपने नाम पे रजिस्टर कर दिया. वी ऑल नो मर्सिडीज, बीएमडब्ल्यू, फरारी एंड ऑल, they have their own unique technology. So when they come up with the new technology, they get it registered. That registration is being there valid for 20 years. 20 years के बाद कोई भी पर्सन उसको सिमिलर ओनर को कोई भी कार को ओपन करके डिसमेंटल करके वापस से उसकी टेक्नोलॉजी, लेट्स से गिव एग्जांपल, आप कोई भी गैराज पर्सन को कार दे दोगे, पूरी 2 मिनट में खोल करके आपको वापस से उसी को री ना फॉर्म कर देगा. तो फॉर दैट वर्क इफ आई एम डूइंग इट, द 20 years time frame has been given. If I talk about your copyright, so that has been given for a span of 60 years, means to say lifetime plus 60 years. As an author, it's my book. Whatever I have written, it can be utilized by me in a different forms throughout my lifetime. And once I am no more, after my death, it is going to be utilized by my family person or any other person to whom I have given for a period of 60 years. उसके बाद वो ओपन है. उसके बाद कोई भी उसके ऊपर रिवर्क करके कुछ नया चेंजेस करके लेकर आएगा, दैट इज अलाउड इन द कॉपीराइट. Then comes your trademark. Trademark is there for your 10 years frame of time. So every company, when they are having unique logo, marking and all those things, so they are supposed to get the re-license, re-register every 10 years. That is called as your time frame for your, and such on the time frame is being given for your geographical indications and all. So these are the duties and these are the rights which are being there in my IP laws, which are being taken care by me, as to be every now and then I am coming with a new innovative creative ideas. Now, creation of the statutes. Statutes means to say some laws, some things, rules and regulation, I have to be getting completely binded by those particular things. Fourth part, it talks about your territoriality. So as I earlier also I mentioned, see, there is a open-ended thing which is there in case of your intellectual property. See, international or your national IPR laws, these are having some policies which are being framed by the national and the international at a different. If I'm getting my product to be registered as a copyright, patent, trademark only at the national level, so then in that case it is having the territorial limits of the nation. If I get it at the international levels, if I'm falling under the policies of the policies, rules and regulation being made, let's say for example, in India we are having a cell for the IPR promotion and management. This cell is basically functioning from the year 2016. They are being set up only for the national IPR policies and all. So they have to be taken care when I'm talking about the territorial limits of my copyright, patent and all. Okay. Then comes your assignable. Can you assign your work to someone else? Let's say, for example, I have made the book, but I don't want to make a movie on the same. But there is a director, there is a producer who is coming and approaching to me. Let's take the example I'm mentioning right now only. If you must have seen the movie called as Three Idiots, and XYZ director who made this particular movie, this movie was being taken from the book called as your 5.7, which was your Chetan Bhagat. I guess everyone must be knowing about Chetan Bhagat. So when Chetan Bhagat, he wrote this particular book, he had got it copyrighted, he had framed it in his name. In the open market, it was there. So there was this particular director who read this movie. After reading on this movie, he read this book. After reading that book, he felt so that I want to make a movie on the same, and for which without taking the permission of Mr. Chetan Bhagat. He started making the movie, and once the movie was almost ready, it was just going for the pre-launch, and immediately the writer note came to know about the same. He filed the injunction order to the court, stating that this movie is having the content from my book, and majority of the content. See, the producer director, they stated no, only the 30 to 20-30% is been taken care. One second, excuse me, excuse me. Yeah. So over here, only 20-30% has been taken care from the book, but rest of the thing is being done by the producer. Innovativeness is there, and they are being done. Yeah. I think, sir, am I audible? Pratik, sir, am I audible? Okay. Fine. So, yeah, I hope I am audible. Yeah,
Loud
okay,
and
fine.
clear,
Thank you,
ma'am.
thank you. Yeah, okay, fine, thank you. So over here, so when it was been disputed over there and it was been talked about, so it was been observed by the scrutiny by the court and all, and they observed that yes, more than 70% of the movie was been there from taken from the book itself, and that's where the dispute was being taken care, and the what was being expected from the Chetan Bhagat, what he wants. So it was being stated he expected the name should be there in the movie at the start or at the end, or he should be getting the at least 60 to 70% of the profit of the movie, and that's what he won the case over there, and he got the right. So this is called as your assignable, where as a creator, as an innovator, it's my right to work on the same, and if I want to make any kind of further improvisation or any kind of a gaining a monetary gain out of it, it is absolutely up to me. I can assign this work to someone else at the cost or at a free of cost, but that has to be having some permission being taken care. So this is one of the characteristics which you need to be emphasizing. Ki as an intellectual property right owner, you can assign your work, and it is need not be on the immediate basis. It can be over the period of time also. Same example I gave you relating to the royalty of my book. So if I have made a book, I can give the royalty to my publisher, where he can make use the manufacturing or the his publishing of my content every now and then for a span of period of time or number of circulars and all. Then your dynamism, that means to say your work should be dynamic, your work should be having some kind of innovativeness. See, already existing thing which is there, if you just want to highlight, I'm just making small changes to color or picture or something other thing, it is not going to call as dynamic. You need to have some emphasis, then only it can be registered. Subject to public policy, there are some of the things. Let's say, for example, if I talk about your during the time of COVID, there were some of the vaccines and all which were being manufactured by the companies. So over there, they were not being allowed to go for patenting of their product, because when the companies go for the patenting type or the any kind of scientific researchers, if they are going for the patenting, they might come up with some condition, but if it is urge of the movement for the public benefit and all, so then in that case the registration might be denied, or where the government has a complete control over the same. And that's what happened in the case of your vaccines and all, where the government has taken the call, and whatever all those researchers were being paid for, they were being asked to do the research from the government platform or the agency's point of view only. So that is your subject to public policy. Subject matter of IP protection, IPR protection. So these IPR protections are being every now and then modified over the period of time, and as and when it has been done, you need to take care about the same. Now, types of your IP, your overall, if you talk about, so your IP laws are being divided under two major categories. In general, we talk about your copyright, trademark, patent, but it is as per your WTO also, and as per your WIPO also, it has been categorized on the basis of your copyright work and the industrial property. When I say copyright work, means to say individual person's literary work, that is books, your phrases, slogans, poems, poetries, and all those things, films, music, artistic works, your paintings, all those. and your architectural designing, the work I was talking about, the architectural designing of your buildings and all those things, that is coming under the copywriting. Then comes your industrial property. Industrial property includes, means to say the industry is going to get benefited out of it. Let's say, for example, your technologies relating to your machineries, any kind of mechanism, any kind of scientific research, and all those are coming under the patents for the inventions, then trademarks, industrial designs, and geographical indications. So these creations basically having the highlight from the literary work of all those particular things which is from the person's own innovativeness and idea, that is your intellectual property, and that has been divided under two sectors. Now, coming to the India level, I wanted to not just talking about the world IP laws and all those things, but I wanted you to understand the how in India we are talking about the IP laws. So in India, we always had been a signatory for the conventions, that is your Paris Convention or your Berne Convention. We have always been a party to this particular agreements of your trips and all. So initially there was something which is called as your Kapila, which is called as your Kalam program for intellectual property literacy awareness. As you all know about your Sir APJ Abdul Kalam, he was always wanted the youth to come up with some kind of innovative ideas. So he stated, I want the literary work, I want the awareness about the book reading habit, I want the people to be more educated and all. And that's where he had taken the initiative for having some kind of systematic or a comprehensive kind of the work towards the development of your education system, your literary awareness, or having some kind of a innovative ecosystem being developed in India. Because in India, since we were the parties to the convention, we were the signatories, we never have any kind of a proper programs or the awareness about the same. We always have the struggle about the laws governing to the IP laws or filing in India or the agencies to be taking care. So he initiated the Kapila program, where he went around to different universities, institutions, and they started talking about the IP as a valuable thing and how it has to be done, a filing, how the process is to be done. Because in India also till date, we are having the lacking of the knowledge about the IP laws, we are having the lacking of the process how it has to be done. So for that reason it was very much required. So this Kapila program was been initiated. Nextly, we are the signatories of the international membership with the WTO also, and India is always been a committed towards all those agreements which we have signed up. So it is both the WIPO and your TRIPS agreement, we have been a signatory, where through which only we have initiated your cell, which I have talked about now, your CIPAM cell, which is absolutely talking about the programs for the management of your intellectual property. So through different small programs, these provisions are taken care. Now, talking about your IP legal provisions. So in India, just to give you highlights, I'm not going to in depth talk about the same. What are the different laws which have protected the IP provisions in India? First of all, your Indian Patent Act, it has been there in the year 1970, and every now and then the patent laws have been modified, amended over the period of time, and recently it was been amended in the year 2005, after that in the year 2016 also. Majorly it was been done in 2005, and recently in 2016 only the highlights have been changed because of the programs. Now, but in patents, we are having different controlling officers. We are having the patent, different generalized process, how the registration has to be done, what is the registration procedure, what is the application procedure, what are the fees, what are the trade designs, what are the things which can be patented, which can't be patented and all. As I mentioned, if there is something which is related to the medical industries and all, and if your medicines are the utmost importance for the nation at large, then it will not be allowed to go for the patenting. So these are the things which are being mentioned under the Patent Act. Then comes your Design Act of your 2000, which talks about safeguarding the manufacturing and the consumer's interest. What kind of design? Let's say simple example. If I talk about this particular, mouse, Okay, so this mouse, how it has been designed, is it going to be, so Logitech is the company who has designed it, is it going to be patented? It is going to be, no, it is not going to be patented because there is no technology, but yeah, it is the design, because it is going to be as per the comfort of the users and all. So can this design be patented? Is a design be registered and all? So yes, as per the manufacturers, right, they can be safeguarded, and every design or every uniqueness is there, where the companies are only going for registering the design, nothing else but only the design, because that's where the uniqueness is there. Okay, USP is there. Let's say, for example, if simple I'm talking about your Dove soap, okay, Dove company ने soap को एक oval shape दिया है, okay, so अगर आप कहीं पे भी वो सिर्फ शेप देखोगे तो बोलोगे हाँ ये Dove कंपनी का soap है. So that's how the design is being registered by their uniqueness. Then comes your Trademark Act of 1999 and the amendments which was being done in 2010. Now, trademark, always remember, unique clause which is associated with the recognition of a brand, okay, for the any kind of your slogan, any kind of a mannequin, any kind of a thing which is being unique identity. Now, every particular trademark which is registered, they are supposed to renew it every 10 years frame of time, and they are having a application process similarly to your patent and designing. Then comes your geographical indication. Now please, geographical indication, first of all, it has been protected absolutely by the state or the government, central government. Okay, geographical indication का recognition मुझे लेना पड़ता है from the state and all, which is they are giving me, because if I am doing the some kind of agricultural activity relating to the Alfonso mangoes in Ratnagiri, so मैं उसका वो tag करके अगर मैं export करूंगी या overall country में अगर sell off करूंगी with that tag, so that tagging has been done, that giving has been done, permission has been done. There is a unique number, generally आप लोगों ने अपने fruits and all पे एक number देखा होगा, unique ID number, तो वो numbers and all दिया जाता है by the geographical indication from the state or that particular recognized central government and all. So that is under the Act of 1999. Now, advantages and disadvantages. See, we always have the pros and consequences. If I get my IPR registered, so first of all, it is going to give me an economical growth. Yes, once I registered it, I can utilize it in my own unique manner for my economical benefit. As I mentioned to you, I'm an author, so whatever 3 or 4 5 books I have written, so I am getting the royalty. Few of the books I have given it on the basis of your, as a kind of only on the moral basis, where just I want the name for the same. So this is called as your economical growth. Fostering of culture, every particular geographical indication you say, or your patent and all, they are having some kind of cultural recognition of the country, region and all. So it is having some kind of a uniqueness being identified to a particular place and all. Technical information dissemination, yes, more and more people are getting recognized with the new technology, for because people are going for the development, and when they came to know ki yes, their work has been recognized, their work has been paid for the same, so then automatically they are ready to go for the development. Impetus of the fair competition, yes, everyone has the right, that I gave you so many example, everyone has the right to do, and if you are going and getting it registered, automatically you have a fair competitor who can also work in the same streamline. Might be, let's say for example, if I talk about your two products, let's say for example your mobile phones only, so one phone might be having one USP, another phone might be having a different USP, both are having their uniqueness, both are having their fair competitive market, they can flourish. It is just the idea which is also innovative and which has been sent off in the market, and that's what is important from the IP rights point of view. Research and development, yes, this is very important. When I talk about your IP, is never constrained to one particular season or a market or an area or a particular years point of view. It is every now and then. आज किसी ने कुछ नया डेवलपमेंट किया, आप immediately next वर्ष के लिए आप लोग डेवलपमेंट करना शुरू कर दो. Now we have already got a sensor kind of lights and fans and all those system. We have already started getting the remote fans and all. Now people are working for new technology कि और उसमें डेवलपमेंट कैसा होगा. So that's what the research and development is every now and then being taken care when we talk about the IP properties. Open source is dependent on the IPR. So if anything, let's say for example, we got a all are the Google researchers. Okay, हम लोग सब लोग गूगल को हेल्प लेकर के रिसर्च करते हैं. So if this Google research at some times you must have seen कि some of the works में C करके उसको सर्कल करके होता है, तो that has been copyrighted. You need to be very cautious about the same. कि is it a open source or is it been registered? Somewhere it has been R and then circle is in. Somewhere it is TM and been circle. So you need to have those particular. They have the dependency on the IPR rights and the laws and all. You need to take care about before using that. Collateral used to the secure financing. So it is not just the recognition, but I'm getting the financial security at the same time. Disadvantages, yes, there are a few of the disadvantages. First of example, your extra charges for the creators. Yeah, if you want to get it registered, you have to pay a amount of fees. Now, in India, no doubt it is a hardly amount of 500 to 5,000, which is ranging. I'm talking about all. Huh? I'm talking about your be it your patent, copyright, trademark. But yes, that might be costly for the youth or any person group of people. At times, if I want to go for the international registration, yeah, it is much more costlier over there. So it might having a add-on charges for the creator. Then piracy. Until and unless my work is registered. Simple example I will tell you. I'm sitting over here, I'm making a design, I'm leaving that design over there. Some other person is coming, taking the photograph of that, using that design in their garments and all. I can't object because that is already been pirated because I had not registered it. So I need to be cautious. Decreasing the quality because the IP laws, it has not restricted to the number of years for your innovativeness and all. So there are chances the quality might deplete because people might come with the small changes or the innovativeness which might not be that unique or having that novelty, but still they can get the registration for the same. So that is a decrease in the quality of the work and all. Worldwide inequalities, yes, that is there because as I mentioned, your IPR laws are not unified all across the country. So that might deviate, that kind of create a problem for the inequalities. Costly nature of patented products, yeah, generally all those particular patented products, the technology, specifically the technologies which are talking about, they are costlier in nature because all those scientists who are working might have been working for down the line for 4 5 years period of time. They need their hard work, so that might be a costly when it comes to the companies and all. Evergreening, so evergreening means to say whether it is, as we talked about, whether the theme talks about the green manufacturing or the clean IP protection and all. So that is a kind of glitch which comes across for the intellectual property innovators and creators. Every now and then, sufficing with all those sustainable development goals or the areas of development and all, or talking about the natural resources, that might be a kind of a restriction for them. Compulsory license, yes, until and unless you register, you get a license, you get a recognition, your work is not hold any kind of importance. So that was all about your IP laws and the overall IP protection. Touching up with one of the area of yours, and since already the area of your topic of your webinar is also there, your World Book or Copyright Day, which was there on 23rd of April, which has been celebrated by UNESCO. Okay, so we are going to talk about your copyright also today. Let us see if we can cover up with the complete areas. So this basically a copyright day or your copyright laws which are been coming up since the year more than, again, Berne Convention had talked about the conventions relating to the copyright laws, but UNESCO gave a recognition to the same. Now UNESCO gave the recognition having the understanding in the year 2000, stating that there were few of the authors who should be getting a remarkable recognition throughout their lifetime and after their death also. And that's the reason to give a resemblance and a kind of a recognition to William Shakespeare and Miguel and your Enel Gracia. So they in UNESCO, they celebrate this particular 23rd of April as your World Book and Copyright Days. So this is basically, when I say copyright, it is nothing but your all those innovative areas of creativity, absolutely, from the artistic work to literary work to your films, your movie making, and all those areas. So enlightening their power to more and more read, as we talked about your Kalhana Camilla provisions and all programs which was being conducted in India also, they stated that we need to go ahead with such kind of people's habit of having more and more reading, and if they are going to have reading, they automatically have new ideas coming in them. So the theme which was there on 23rd of April, what was been 2025 theme, it was talking about the role of literature in achieving the sustainable development goals. So again, the same, the sustainable development goals, it's a very much upcoming and every now and then talked about, not just over here IP laws, but it is also talking about in the environmental laws also, it is talking about your corporate governance also, it is talking from the industrial development also, everywhere it has been talked about, because it has been expected for all the member nations to achieve this particular sustainable goals by 2030. This is a target which is we talked about here Earth Summit na earlier. So ये हम लोग को ये थीम इसी के लिए दी गई है, because we are in the running race of this achieving the 2030 target, where they stated कि new challenges can be overcome over the period of time only where people are having the positive understanding and some kind of a relativeness towards the development of your uh, goals in a positive, in a much more better manner. So they stated that these United Nations Sustainable Development Goals should be emphasized, where every innovation, every area of your work should be having some kind of a 17 goals talking about. This is poverty eradication, talking about your new education policies and all, talking about your systematic planning for the development purpose, scientific kind of innovativeness and all those particular things should have my work towards your achieving this particular goal. Now, what exactly is the copyright? आपको copyright basic idea तो बताया था, but now talking from the exact definition point of view. So this says कि basically it is a legal element, entitlement which has been granted to the creator. Means to say, जैसे ही आज मैंने कोई पेंटिंग बनाई है, मैंने एक मूवी बनाई है, मैंने एक म्यूजिक बनाया है, मैंने एक साउंड बनाया है, सो इस वर्क को मुझे एक्सक्लूसिव राइट मिलेगा to use it or reproduce it, and that is where this reproduction, this usage, this distribution, this copyright, this modification thing is a ultimate entitlement of mine, and that is where which will be given only when my work is been copyrighted. Now, in India, we are being governed by the Copyright Act of year 1957. As I mentioned, कि बर्ने कन्वेंशन से हमने किया, but उसके बाद हमने इंडिया में भी हम लोगों ने कुछ laws बनाए, where it has been expressly been stated कि your copyright thing is a kind of a intangible property, but it can be in a tangible form. How now? What exactly we mean to say? Means to say, my painting, which I was having an idea, it was an intangible thing. But minute I am putting across in a painting, but a minute across I am putting up in a movie, putting across into a kind of a book, it becomes a tangible form of, and automatically it gets a kind of a protection in a tangible area, which can be registered and which is having the creator's right of lifetime plus 60 years. So as a creator of copyright, I have the lifetime right. Means to say, जितने भी आपके मूवी मेकर्स आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, सीक्वल 1 2 3 4 आते जा रहे हैं, जैसे अभी केसरी 2 रिलीज हुआ है, ओके, पार्ट 2 एंड व्हाटएवर इट इज. So this particular right is of that particular director producer who has originally registered it. Okay, now they are having the right to rewrite it, to launch it. Many movies are relaunching is going on and all, so that is where I have the right to do my particular, if I want to make a sequel, if I want to make a modification, so that is my creator's right. हाँ, at times there are director producer जो अपने rights को sell off कर देते हैं, जैसे आप लोगों ने देखा है your Tollywood, they are selling up to the Bollywood and all, so that is my right which I am giving, distributing of my rights or modifying the things of my work and all, so that is called as your copyright rights which have been protected. Now, these copyright does not protect ideas. This is very important for you to understand. We are not protecting the ideas, because जो मेरे mind में idea होगा वो हो सकता है आपके mind में भी हो. जैसे for example, many students who are over here from the PhD students also. So आप लोग कोई research कर रहे होंगे, तो आपने जो area सोचा है हो सकता है आपके colleague ने भी, आपके friends ने भी वही चीज दे रहा हो. आपके idea को आप protect नहीं कर सकते हो. द कॉन्सेप्ट को आप नहीं कर सकते हो, ओके, फैक्ट्स को आप नहीं कर सकते हो, बट जो चीज आपने बनाई है उस चीज को द प्रोडक्ट कैन बी फोकस्ड ऑन एंड दैट कैन बी रजिस्टर्ड and that can be having a specific right as a proof as a ownership and a kind of ability to seeking some kind of remedies for the same. So ideas सबके पास आ सकता है, but ideas को execute करवाने के बाद that can be registered. That is very important in the case of copyright. आज आप जो मूवी बनाना चाहते हो वो सेम मूवी मैं बनाना चाहती हूँ वही कॉन्सेप्ट के ऊपर. लेट्स से फॉर एग्जांपल करंटली व्हाट हैपेंड इन द केस ऑफ योर पैराग्राफ, सो आई आल्सो वांट टू शो दैट पर्टिकुलर इन अ पिक्टोरियल फॉर्म टू इन अ मूवी फॉर्म टू ऑल दोस पीपल एट द लैज. सो हो सकता है आपके पास भी वही सेम आइडिया होगा, बट दैट आइडिया किसने पहले बना करके उसको एग्जीक्यूट करवा के रजिस्टर करवा दिया, दैट प्लेज अ वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट रोल. Now, in this particular copyright laws, under your section 13 of your India 1957 Act, they specifically mention कि लिटरेरी वर्क में या ड्रामेटिक वर्क में, म्यूजिक वर्क में कौन सी या आपके सॉफ्टवेयर भी कॉपीराइट होते हैं, राइट, फॉर दैट इम्पोर्टेंट. जैसे विंडोज ने अपना जो भी सॉफ्टवेयर वगैरह वो कॉपीराइट करवा के रखा, वो प्लीज याद रखना, सॉफ्टवेयर पेटेंट नहीं होते हैं, उसमें एवरी नाउ एंड देन चेंजेस होता है, तो दैट इज बीन कॉपीराइटेड. ओके, दैट इज अ यूनिकनेस व्हिच इज बीन कॉल्ड द आइडेंटिटी फॉर द लाइफ टाइम ऑफ द क्रिएटर्स. So in literary works, we talks about your books, manuscripts, your articles, your computer softwares, your database, your translations, all those compilations and all. So basically, generally, when you submit any kind of synoptics and all those particular work of yours, that is your manuscripts. So those are having a kind of a copyright thing which is there until and unless you have registered it. Okay. Dramatic work, so your cover plays, your scripts and screenplays and all, so all those particular plays you are doing. So plays अगर कहीं आप ऑब्जर्व करने जाते हो, आपको वो अच्छी लगी, उसी बेस पे आप मूवी बनाना चाहते हो, so do see to it whether that particular play was being registered or not. Okay, now musical work includes your original composition, melodies, your arrangements with or without the lyrics and all, both thing. Sound recording can also be registered, that is having a separate criteria. To understand each and every literary, dramatic work, musical work, sound recording, they have their different rules, regulation, which are precise under your copyright laws. Then your cinematographic films, your artistic paintings, drawings, sculpture, maps, photographs. Yeah, photographs, what we are getting, all those photographers which when you click it and you sell it out. So at times you must have seen your, if you want to keep a wallpaper and all, it has been specifically mentioned, R or C, it has been mentioned. So that is where it has been having the uniqueness of the registration. Now, so copyright protection extends only to the expressions and not to the ideas, procedure, methods of the operation, as we already saw. Any kind of mathematical concepts and all. Just say, for example, एक simple चीज है, formula method, maths is the kind of thing which can be solved in a multiple manners. So मेरा जो idea होगा आपका differ हो सकता है, उस चीज को आप register नहीं करवा सकते हो. That is uniqueness. This is the idea. But if I through that particular mathematical concept, if I have derived any kind of theorem, any kind of any kind of a product, so then in that case it can be registered. So your number of objects such as titles, slogans, logos, depending upon what the sufficient content of the authorship, on that basis it can be registered. Now, importance of the copyright registration. First of all, I get a legal proof of ownership, protection from the infringement immediately. If it is being mentioned that it is a having a registered product, if any person, as I mentioned about in case of your Chetan Bhagat case, so that is where the situation, even J.K. Rowling case, so these are the places where immediately infringement rights can be prevailed over them. Monetization of the opportunities, you have the right to earn the economy or the financial gains out of it. Public record, so I can utilize my work for the public record purposes. जैसे कई सारी मूवीज है जो आपको ओपन प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे मिल जाती है, यूट्यूब वगैरह पे मिल जाती है, that is not being registered. It is, even if it is rework, it is not going to be objective. So that's the importance of your copyright registration. Now, what right does copyright give me? So basically, as I also already mentioned, economic right and your moral right. They are the two rights which I am always deriving out of any IPR. So this is basically not just for the IP copyright, but even for the IP registration also. Okay, that's the benefit I'm getting. Can I register the copyright? Yes, absolutely. You can register. Now, first of all, in a generalized manner, every particular copyright product of yours has an automatic creation. आपको यहाँ पे proof identification नहीं देना पड़ता है. There is no kind of आई डोंट नीड टू गिव अ ऑथेंटिसिटी अबाउट माई फूड कि मेरा वर्क है, मुझे ऑथेंटिसिटी नहीं देना पड़ता है जब आप रजिस्ट्रेशन करने के लिए जाओगे. इट इज जस्ट बेसिकली जस्ट टू गिव यू हाईलाइट्स अबाउट कि व्हाट हाउ द प्रोसेस वर्क्स. सो इट इज व्हेन यू आर वर्किंग फॉर द रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ योर कॉपीराइट थिंग. सबसे पहले आपको एप्लीकेशन फिलअप करने पड़ते हैं. नाउ देयर इज अ ऑनलाइन वेबसाइट विच इज देयर. ऑन दैट यू कैन डायरेक्टली अप्रोच. देन इन दैट केस एप्लीकेशन के टाइम पे आपको ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट पे आपका जो भी मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट है या आपका कंटेंट वर्क है वो आपको सिर्फ एक सबमिट करना पड़ेगा. Along with that submission, they are going to scrutinize ki is that the original work or already been copyrighted. So they are having the system, they will scrutinize it and they will raise for a query ki is there any person who wants to objectify, if there is any person who wants to question regarding to the same. Once that has been done, then you have to pay a minimal amount of fees. Then there is a waiting period of 30 days. So जो भी officer होता है उसको scrutinize करने के लिए there is a waiting period of 30 days. Once that 30 period is over, then the scrutiny, final registration scrutiny has been done, and immediately if it is resolved, if there is a dispute, then the questions are being asked even from the objectifier also, even from the creator also. So दोनों का disputes का जो भी resolution देखते हैं, and if it is completely approved, then in that case final certification has been granted. So it is merely much more like a formality which has to be complied with. Yes, when I say copyright, at the international level, it has been generalized. Parent convention says it is generally the treaties who are giving it a uniqueness identity. But yeah, it is always better to be getting registered in a systematic manner so that we get adopted with all those diverse terms and conditions which have been specified. Now coming across with some of the legal battles which we have come across in so many, I just wanted to highlight for a few of the battles. So one of those the co-vaccine patent dispute which had happened. I guess everyone knows about it. Where the patent, the originality of that research of that particular vaccine was at the dispute. Who is the researcher of that, and that's where the co-vaccine was since it was been earlier been patented, it got its IP rights protected under the laws. Then your Maza trademark battle, Maza का जो trademark था उसका related battle there was been done and the Maza company did won the case. Then there was a case which was been filed by actor Dhanush, where Nayantara was there a movie where the Dhanush movie, which was having some of the contents which was being taken against in the Nayantara movie also, which was having the same resemblance, where they had filed up a case of copyright and they won the case and they got some of the rights. And same example I gave you relating to your Chetan Bhagat 5.someone. And after that only आपका जो टू स्टेट्स मूवी आई थी उसमें चेतन भगत को रिकॉग्नाइज मिला था, और भी एक दो मूवी उनकी रिलीज हुई है. Then trade secret disputes which I talked about, your Maggie disputes जहाँ पे मैगी मसाला से रिलेटेड हुआ था. Then your digital IP and internet, ये बहुत सारे every now and then disputes आते रहते हैं which you can cross. So just to now come to the conclusive part of your IP. See, when I talk about your intellectual property, it's a kind of we need to have some kind of an environment where we are having the innovation and your creativity being thrive every now and then. Our development is not going to help is taken going to place only if there is a creativity and your innovativeness which is going to be existing over the period of time. And this particular innovativeness, it's a kind of a diverse area. It includes improvisation. It is having the chances of addressing to major challenges, and through the challenges only we are coming up with the new innovations and the human progress is taking place. More and more problem arises, the more and more so we come up with the solutions. We try to figure out the solutions and then we come up with the solutions, and that's where we are talking. So if I want to have the healthier, safer and the more comfortable kind of the environment, I need to each and every time keep on doing the innovation. And this innovation and creativity, if you are doing it, then in that case you should be getting the opportunity to get it as a registered thing, and you need to get it protected. You need to have some kind of a recognition. You need to have some kind of a financial gains for the same. So this is where the IPR is an opportunity. If I want to give you a kind of a day's most important thing, dialogue, so that I can just say that it's an opportunity for inspiring the fundamental and the futuristic kind of a generation for the creators and the innovators. More you have that particular intensity of yours towards the innovativeness and the creativity, more you can have the development, more you can have the exciting new ideas and all. That's what, nowadays people are earning money just by making the reels and all. But are these reels having this kind of a protection? You can get your work being protected, you have that particular talent and all. So that particular talent of yours have to be enriched with some kind of a protection. That's is a very important thing. From your films to your entertainment to your technology to your fashion industry to your video games and all those particular, every consumer products, whatever you are seeing in the market, it is empowered with some kind of industrial development, which is having some kind of connection with your IP rights, and it is going to have some kind of economical growth. And once you do it, not just for the international national level, but you give an economical gain at the international levels also. So understanding and strategically levying all your intellectual property is not the kind of a luxurious thing, no longer a luxurious thing, but it is more about the necessity for individual person, for the startups, for the establishment of the businesses, so that they have the uniqueness, they have the USP, they have the particular potential, potentiality to thrive in the competitive market for a longer period of time. Because if you are talking about, let's say, simple example, Nokia was the company, or the BlackBerry was the company who originally came up with the mobile technology and all, but they were not ready to adopt that particular technology, and that's where their development stopped and their company is no more. Same thing happened with your Kodak company, which were originally having this particular thing called to be as your photography only through the cameras and all, but they were not ready to go for the development, and that's where their particular company was being at the downgrade. So that's what the attraction of the innovativeness can only have the new, stronger market perseverance, and that's where it is very important. So it's not about luxury, but it's about the need of the hour, and that's what you are getting the benefit of. Having said so now I would open the platform for the questions, please. If you have questions, doubts, and all those things, I want your contribution. What is your, even if you have anything to say about the same, please, I want, yeah, sir, please, we can make it open for the people if they want to have questions.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We can go ahead for the question answer session. And I would request all the participants, please take your time to fill your feedback link for your e-certificates, which we cannot share on any of the group or not personally, because it's our SOP that we follow.
Yeah, ma'am. So do you have any questions, ma'am?
Ma'am, I will definitely listen the whole content again on YouTube. It is already live because I was already occupied with my other duties. So definitely, whatever I have missed, I will come again because I know you have come up with a very, because through on and off, I was looking around the slides, doing my duty also. But definitely, I'll come up with the questions if I have any, ma'am.
Surely,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Is there
I
anyone who can ask the questions? So Minal ma'am can take up the questions. The
just wanting
feedback
to
link
see
is
to
shared
that.
in the chat box. I mean, many people are asking. The feedback link is shared in the chat box.
So was looking forward for this only. Ki I was wanting to put across all the two topics basically together. So whatever I can sum up in the 2 hour session, because it's a very I could have taken the registration procedure and all of those things, because there are at times students or people who are wanting to go for the registration. Since I have done it by myself for my book, so I can guide. But I was wanting to just give a highlight because of the time constraint.
No, no problem, ma'am. But I have no, I trust you that you would have done definitely justice to today's
No, no.
2 hours, ma'am.
No, not at all. Because this is a kind of a upcoming thing which need to be very much taken care. Even the smallest of the things. Now the students who you must be having at your colleges, where they must be good at your writing these poems,
Yes,
stories, and all those things. So they can be easily going for the encouragement just to,
yes,
because people are getting paid for the same.
yes. Rajeev. So, are there any questions? Participants, please fill up the feedback form because then we get many of the messages that we have not got the feedback link or certificate. So please see your chat box so that you can fill your feedbacks. They are writing something, ma'am, in the chat box. So
Yeah, I'll just.
at least, you can write in chat box anything regarding to the session.
Thank you, Arunima Das. Thank you.
So we can wait for 2-3 minutes so that people can fill up the feedback form if they do not have any questions.
And basically, these students are from which stream?
MMS,
Okay.
University of Mumbai. Recently, just 2 weeks ago, we are affiliated with the autonomous also.
Oh, congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So in Mumbai College, if we say we are from Navi Mumbai, in Navi Mumbai, we are the second or the third college as a PG college getting autonomous.
Oh, that's really great, ma'am.
Even we had many faculties from NMIS who has taught in this institute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Amit, and thank you, Dheeraj.
Hmm.
Ma'am, do share me if you have any photographs of this session or anything.
Yes, yes,
Do share.
we will. Yes, yes, ma'am. I can do it right away. Let me do it.
Good
Because
morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning. Someone wants to speak, I guess.
This is Dr. Sendil Kumar from Department of International Business, Pondicherry University.
Okay, good morning, sir.
I was listening to the slides and your valuable insights.
I
Hello.
guess, yeah, Dr. Kumar, I guess your voice is cracking because of the network issue.
Yeah, I have a question regarding copyrights registration.
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
So, copyright registration is dependent on the creator or the number of artworks. I mean,
No, no. So let's say, for example, if you have written a book, okay, let's say, for example, so you can directly, as
yeah,
a
yeah.
creator of your book, your manuscript, your content, you can directly go it registered. There is no restriction for,
Mhm.
because who is the creator, who is the publisher, there's no restriction. You can get it by yourself also, or you can get it registered to the publisher also. That's all up to you.
Okay. My question is regarding the creator or the number of creativity. I mean,
No, no, no.
as a creator, whether I need to register for 5 different works 5 times or a single time as a creator.
No, 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 no. You have to five different times. You have to do it differently,
Okay,
sir.
okay, okay. That's my
Okay.
question. Yeah, okay, that's my
Yeah,
question.
yeah, yeah. Five
Okay,
different types, sir. So let's say, for
okay, okay,
example,
okay.
I have wrote a book on IPR, so I have to do it. I got a separate
Yeah, if I'm
ISBN
publish
number for
five
that.
different books, I need to register individually. Yeah, separately.
Yes,
Okay, okay.
yes, yes.
Yeah, done.
Or if,
Okay,
let's say,
okay.
for example, if suppose you are making under a same series, so then in
Hmm.
that case you can pre-mention it that you are having the series of connectivity of that. But then in
Okay,
that case,
okay.
that's, I will tell you, there is a loophole over there. There are chances in between someone can pirate your work. So that is a problem. So generally, it's better you get it individually registered.
So
um,
if it's the matter of artworks, I mean a
Sorry?
painting. I mean a painting.
So then it's separately, sir. That is absolutely separately.
Okay, we have to register separately for 5 different paintings.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Meena ma'am,
Yeah.
I have one question. Um,
Yeah, please.
Recently, my bhabhi, I mean, she has created a content regarding the kids ka books. She is the original content and she has created that content ka books. So now, if the thing is, she's scared that the content can be copied easily because it has no registration, no copyright, no patent, no trademark, and no anything, no ISBN also. So, what is the being an housewife and she doesn't know more about all these things? What is the best solution that you can? Because just now I heard that if the person is content creator, he can get the copyrights. So, what is the best and easy way solution for her to, get that copyright for the content that she has created by herself?
I got your point. Now, ma'am, on that note, I will tell you one thing. You must have heard about the different schools, international nowadays schools and all. So,
Yes,
what
yes,
they are also having the content created by them for their self students or curriculum and
yes.
everything. So, what we over here she can do it. She can get it registered, the whole content by itself by her also, and she can get it published to the publisher also. So now, will it be having for a digital platform, electronic mode, or
No,
she will
no.
be having a hard copy?
Hard copies, hard
Hard
copies.
copy. So hard copy. So then in that case, it's better that she gets it registered.
So, is there any link where she has to go for the registration process?
So yes, yes, there is a copyright link which has been there. If you want, I will be sharing it. I'll share it with you.
I'll share your number with her so that you can, I feel you can guide her best because she's
No
struggling
problem.
hard for this thing because since our MOE, that is Ministry of Education, is holding IP Utsav since 5 days and today is the last day of it, where we had many sessions on IP and copyright by the MOE cell. So now I gave her the links to listen, but I think listening will definitely give her knowledge. But the path that you can give her will be the best way to connect you both together.
Surely, surely, ma'am. You can just give my contact number to her. I'll surely guide her for the same.
Sure, sure. I'll do that as soon as we complete this. And thank you so much for your patience that you are
Yes.
handling small questions, which might we are not aware of, but maybe it might be a silly question. But the way you are guiding us, it's very helpful, ma'am.
Ma'am, not at all. It's not never about the silly thing. It's about the through the self experience you can guide it, and that's the best thing to be giving up. Yeah, and someone is asking about the PPT. Yeah, I won't mind giving the PPT. That's not at all a copyright issue with me. But I
Yeah.
guess that is very much precise, to be honest. So if you are going to be still wanting it, I'm okay with that.
Somebody has raised
Yeah,
the question.
yeah,
I
Archie.
mean, actually, you can ask the
Yeah.
question. You can unmute and ask the question.
Okay. Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you for the time, and also thank you, ma'am, for your profound knowledge that you have shared.
Actually, can we
Ma'am.
see you? Can we see you so that we can have a good
Ma'am.
picture?
uh, okay, okay.
Thank you everyone for your valuable feedback. I'm getting deep messages from the chat box. Thank you. Thank you.
It's okay, no problem. Achi, you can ask your question. We can understand maybe some network issues and all. You can unmute yourself, Archie. Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I guess there will be a network issue if I'm not wrong, because
All
I'm
right.
not able to. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. Okay, ma'am. I want to ask something to. My question is for Madam Minal,
Yeah.
or how do I address you, Miss or Madam?
Anything which you like.
All right.
That's absolutely no problem.
Okay. So I want to write a book for. I want to write for a book on, say, on, not in hard copy, but for specific, the app, or we can write, right? I mean, specific application, electronic
See,
version. So
okay.
yeah, so in electronic version, yeah. So I want to ask, like, how can we register, or can you like share some knowledge on the procedure, and also um, the some of the steps that we can, it will help us to um, proceed in writing. Um,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Ashi, I got your question. It's specifically relating to the copyright registration.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe you are from which state? I just wanted
I,
to.
I'm from Dimapur, Nagaland, India.
Okay, Nagal. Okay, fine. So then in that case, do understand, see, when we talk about your copyright registration, it's universally. It's not restricted to any particular state. So you can register it from the official website. I am right now, I won't be able to, but I will surely share with ma'am. So ma'am can later on give the link of the website to you people. Where now, first of all, even be it you have written a e-content, or you have written a hard content, that's not at all a problem. You can first mention your manuscript. Don't directly put all your complete content, be it your 200 pages or 100 pages. Don't directly put it, because chances are that it might get pirated. Okay, so make a manuscript which is giving the highlights about the same. Now you have to get yourself registered at the copyright registration portal. Over there, you are going to log in. Over there, then you start filling up the application. In that application form, you are having the stages and the steps which are being mentioned. Automatically, it will guide you. First stage, it will talk about what is the work you have done. So it is a kind of a book you are wanting to write it, and you want to register it. So they will ask you the basic details of yours. Which particular, what is your residential address, from where are you putting it across, in what manner you are going to put across, and your details relating to the same. Then comes up here, they will ask you to put up a manuscript or a synoptics about your content. Then in that synoptics, what is exactly you are emphasizing. Now at some other places, they do ask you whether it is going to be from a fictional, non-fictional, educational purpose, what exactly. So they are going to emphasize on that. Further, then in that case, they are going to raise a query. If any person is having objection or a query relating to the content, so that means there will be a 30 days waiting period which will be mentioned. Okay, once that has been approved, they will be asking you to put a final content of yours. On the final content of yours, they will be asking you to pay a fees amount, which will be ranging all across. It is generally from the ranging from 500 rupees to 5,000 rupees maximum. Okay, there is no kind of restriction, be it your 100 pages, 500 pages, or your 2,000 pages. Now, after that, if there are questions, if there is an objection, if anything which has been coming as a scrutiny from any other person, so there is a chat box and all those details, they will be providing you with all the links, emails, and everything. So you will be getting the question. The registrar, the agency, the authorities who are sitting across, they will start raising the questions to you regarding the authenticity of your work. Your work is authentic by yourself only, or it has been taken for some. So if there is a piracy percentage also, you will have to. So whether it has been adopted from some of the places, so might be 10%. So there is a criteria of basic 10%. It should not be more than that. Okay, so that piracy report has to be which is called as your plagiarism report, which has to be submitted along with that. Now, once that has been done, your scrutiny has been done by the registrar finally. Actually, you have a question?
No, I'm listening to
Okay.
you. Thank-
Yeah, okay. So finally, the hearing resolution is going to be given by the agency to you. And if they are within the 40 days, 45 days period of time, if they are satisfied, they will finally give you the kind of a certification, that ISBN number or separate registration number to you.
Hmm. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
whatever you
ma'am.
are
Yeah.
registering, do make a manuscript about the same, do have the, because see, since it is a content, so chances are there it is going to be adopted from some other places you have to. So what kind of references you have made, do take it down, do mention it so that you can have a record of the same. Otherwise, it might have the plagiarism problems, issues.
Mhm. Mhm. All right. Thank you so much for the knowledge.
Yes. Yeah, Chahat.
Yeah, I would put your email ID in the chat box so that people can, connect you through your email ID as well.
No problem, ma'am. Absolutely fine.
Okay. So I would request Mr. Pratik Tepe, sir, to give vote of thanks on behalf of RGC. Yeah.
Thank you everyone for your kind patience. Before concluding the session, please fill out the feedback link to receive your e-certificate. The feedback link is shared on GChat. As we conclude this insightful webinar on IP and copyrights, I am honored to extend our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who made this event success. I would like to thank Ms. Chad Madam and Avinash sir for their kind contribution to make this event successful. First and foremost, I would like to thank our esteemed speakers, Ms. Minal Sharma ma'am, for sharing their valuable knowledge and insight with us. Your expertise and engaging presentation have greatly enriched our understanding of investment. I also want to express my appreciation to all the participants who joined us today. Your active involvement and thoughtful questions have made this session highly interactive and beneficial for everyone. Thank you once again for your time and participation. We look forward to seeing you at future event. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you
Pratik.
so much, sir. Thank you, Avinash, sir. Thank you, Minal, ma'am. So we'll conclude this session here and definitely I'll connect you, ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you for knowledge sharing
Thank you.
session. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.